Hi everyone, I'm Chaitanya. You're watching Chai with Chaitanya, and this is my good friend Shruti, as you all know.
Hi
And
everyone.
we are back to being in two different cities. And we know all of you loved our reaction to the teaser trailer for The Wheel of Time. And we both of us are very interested. I think Shruti is more interested than I am in this show at this point. So we are very much excited to go see what this is and let us know we'll let you know what our thoughts are. So Shruti, go ahead and play.
Yep.
Swear your oath, Moraine Sedai.
I swear to speak no word that is not true, to make no weapon with which one person may kill another, and never to use the one power as a weapon.
Do you know what Aes Sedai means in the old tongue? Servants of all. It is they who serve the world.
I didn't choose this path, but I will follow it.
Where next?
The two rivers. The old blood runs deep in those mountains. Let's hope it's prepared them for what's coming. The Dark One is waking. But there will be one who can stand against him. And it's one of the five of you.
You fully lost your mind.
Your life isn't going to be what you thought.
Moraine.
What are those? His army is coming.
What can we do?
We protect the people we love, no matter the cost.
Our enemies are everywhere. They will leave no one standing.
We've lost too many people already. I can't lose you.
You won't. If we do not stop the Dark One now, the whole world will burn. I can't allow it. The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
Do you think we'll ever go back?
Home. No.
Okay, so what do you think?
Insane stuff.
I feel
As
that
I
a
mentioned
lot happened,
earlier,
but I just couldn't understand anything. Because I feel we are so horrible because we couldn't find the time to go through all the resource material that people had sent us, which
and
we
also
will
we
very soon.
categorically decided that we wanted to stay away from knowing too much before we actually watched the show.
Right, right. So, but I think from what I see, it felt a little reminiscent of the Lords of the Ring, the Dark One, or even the way that they were supposed to come, and even the monster. I don't know whether he's the main villain or not, but that looked like Minotaur, the some creature we had read
Hmm.
about. Remember the one with in
Yeah.
third or fourth standard, the story. So it felt
Hmm.
very similar to that to me. And what are your thoughts overall?
So the first thing that I did is I looked up where it's being shot,
Mm-hmm.
because as I said, even when we watched the teaser, it reminds me of the Outlanders so much.
Mm-hmm.
The entire setup
Like
of it
last
and
time
the
you said it's
Outlander.
a love child between the Outlander, Game of Thrones, and one more thing. I forgot what it was, but
Did I say Narnia? Because I was thinking
I think
Narnia
you
as I
said
was
Narnia.
watching it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you did. Because it has a lot of magic in it, like compared to Game of Thrones or Outlander. I don't think Outlander has magic. Do they?
It does. So it's about time traveling. You really need to watch The Outlander. That's a separate conversation. But so
Right.
The Outlander is set in like the Scottish landscapes and the
Mm-hmm.
Scottish mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and the scenery is exactly like is being shown. But I looked it up. It's actually being shot in Prague. So
Oh,
it's
I
not.
think
So it's not
everything,
the same
all
thing.
of these things are shot in Prague only, huh? Hmm.
Yeah, but I think the first thing that stuck out to me from this is just the production value of this.
It's magnificent. It's epic.
Amazon just threw all of their money at this and it shows. And I think that it looks phenomenal. So
Right.
even if like I see what you mean. There was a lot that was happening in this trailer, and I understand the overarching idea of what is actually happening.
Going
but
to
I see
happen,
why
yeah.
it's hard to keep track of.
Right.
But just the production value, it kept me so invested. It was never like, just because I don't fully understand it, I'm not interested. Everything looked so magnificent. I wanted to keep watching to see what happens next.
Right. And it's fun because I don't see any familiar faces in terms of their casting choices. I mean, do we know anyone? Can you just quickly like go through their cast?
No, I definitely recognized a couple of people, particularly the protagonist.
Okay, I mean,
but
can you tell me who is it? Because I couldn't recognize anyone for that matter. And anyway, I'm bad with names and.
You didn't recognize Rosamund Pike.
Oh, the main character?
Yeah, that's Rosamund Pike.
Okay.
You probably didn't recognize her because she's not blonde and doesn't have a bob cut in
Yeah, I
this,
mean she's like looking from the mid. I mean it is a medieval based show, so
yeah. But yeah, the protagonist is being played by Rosamund Pike. The other people are Joshua Stradowski, Madeline Madden, Barney Harris, Zoe Robbins, Marcus Rutherford, and I think we're gonna get into less recognizable names as I keep reading. But I think it just looks so stellar.
It looks stellar, and I feel that it has 14 books, and I don't know how like what is their plan, like 14 seasons, or they're gonna cramp books into.
I really hope they don't do that.
They don't. Yeah.
I want it to be as detailed as
possible,
long drawn out. Yeah, I want to get all the details in. Because that's my complaint with book to movie adaptation.
Right. And I think, what is a good part about this one? Like, unlike Game of Thrones, which all of us were so invested in, and then we all know how it turned out, even though you like the last season. So
I don't hate it. I think people just jumped on the hate train really quickly.
Right.
I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite by far.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, of course, like, because the show outran of the source material, and because George R.R. Martin is just not writing anything for like a decade now, and he's just sitting in his cabin and he's just enjoying life. Guys, those of you are wondering, like, my house or the city is not being bombed. It's just that Calcutta is preparing for Kali Puja or Diwali. So we have a tradition of bursting firecrackers, which is just starting it early. So yeah, so what I was saying was essentially that, like how it outran source material. I feel with this one, the show would probably still be rooted in the source materials. I think, that way it's going to be very good, because from whatever reviews that I could see for all the 14 books, like there are 14 of them, each one of them is 800, 900 pages, is all above 4 stars. So definitely this is going to work.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm glad that most of my friends haven't read these books.
Yeah.
Which means I get to stay miles away from those individuals.
Right, who will give you like spoilers and
we'll give
those
individuals is a call out for myself. I am them. I would 11 on 10 have done it had I read the book.
I was just about to say this. This is like probably one of those rare times when you've not read a particular book that's been made into a show. So yeah, otherwise you are them. I should be saying that. Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch all the summary videos, everything that I can find on YouTube, and I will be prepared. Nothing's gonna hit me like the Red Wedding did in Game of Thrones. I haven't forgiven, I haven't forgotten. The trauma lives fresh.
The trauma lives fresh.
But yeah, let's quickly discuss what we think the story is likely to be like.
I think that is important. What our predictions and expectations are, I feel. I mean, for me, I am just hoping that it's going to be something which, of course, is epic, magnificent, and all that. But I find, and I read in a lot of places where whatever people had commented, that it has a lot to do, and I think we also read it the last time we met, that it has a lot to do with Buddhism and Zennism, and Hinduism is also there. Besides which,
mystic elements,
yeah. And besides that, it has like the power is completely being controlled by women. So, and those are women of color. So I feel that is like a.
Rosamund Pike is very white, but yes.
I mean that's like a bad, color. So we'll kind of ignore that as of now. So, I mean, I like the fact that they're trying to, like, Hollywood is trying, like, at least we can give them something for that. So, I mean, I'm not being sponsored by Hollywood. Like, I wish I was, but I'm not. So
we give them too much credit for just trying.
Right.
But my takeaway from this is that I think this is going to be a story about
I just hope it doesn't
Obviously,
like
incredibly.
fail, like it just, because the things with these, like for example, I don't know if you've followed or not, but Eternals is not getting very good reviews. It's got very mixed reviews from the early reviewers, and a lot of people are
I
saying
don't
it's
watch the MCU for cinematic value anymore. At this point, I'm watching it
right.
because I need to know what happens in the end before I die.
Right.
So hit me with
I
Phase
truly,
26.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll just keep making these movies and more stuff, and we'll probably die not knowing what happened with like
I'm living in
Spider-Man's
denial.
grandkid or something. So
I'm living in
yeah,
denial. I don't know what you're talking about.
let's just not go, not
But
even go there.
we
But
keep deviating. Let's talk about what
so
we
coming
think
back
the
to this, I
story is
just
going to
feel
be
that
about.
I hope that they don't like, end up making it in a way where, it's just too much or it's not that interesting. I just hope that doesn't and isn't the case, because I could only see one identifiable negative I mean, the monster, the Minotaur sort of thing. And I think he had an army or something, or whatever being referred as. So, and to me that was not very appealing, because I read it as a child, and if I was not scared of it then, I don't think I'll be scared of it now. I mean, for example, the Night
I
King,
don't think
Voldemort.
they're running out of villains. They have
Yeah,
14 books of matter. I
right,
don't think they can
definitely
run out
there's
of villains.
right.
But so I think my
Mhm,
takeaway from this is that
mhm,
it's going to be about a group of incredibly powerful individuals who I'm
mhm.
assuming we're supposed to root for, are our protagonists, these
Right,
badass women. And
right.
there's obviously going to be an X source of evil, which I'm assuming shifts with each season, probably becomes worse,
Hopefully.
till
Mhm,
there's like some Mario level super boss that they have to go ahead and take down. My
right.
only concern with this trailer, and everything is impeccable, and I would still watch this, is that what roots me to larger than life stories is they still have so much of interpersonal interactions and
Mhm,
these smaller stories that weave them together. Like, I
mhm,
think what makes Game of Thrones
mhm.
is the fact that they stressed so much on what, say, the sibling relationship between the Starks looked like, the dynamics between
Or the
Lyanna and Rhaegar barely have any screen
yeah, but
time,
you
and
still
yet they're my
care.
OTP. I
Yeah,
ship them so
right,
hard.
right, right.
So I think the smaller moments, who
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who these characters are. I want
Right.
to know who
So
they are, what their
yeah,
backstories
yeah.
are. Why should I
Mm-hmm.
root for them? Is there an underdog story? I'm a sucker for underdogs. You know that.
uh,
Is there something like that?
I'm guessing
That's
there
what
would
was
be
missing
like
for me.
you can't have like a series like this
Of
epic
course,
in
yeah.
nature and then not have an underdog or a rebellion sort of
Mhm.
story going on in
Yeah,
it. It's
sure. There are
subplot.
tropes
Yeah.
everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think the trailer doesn't focus on any of that at all.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't.
know
It doesn't.
anything about these characters, including
Mm-hmm.
names for most,
Mm-hmm.
if not all of them.
Yeah.
And that is a red flag for me. But I'm
Right.
sure with a full season,
Yeah.
my concerns will be done away with.
Yeah, and I think it's
But
coming out 11th November, so it's not that far from what I remember. I think it's coming out
oh
in
yeah, yeah.
November. Yeah, yeah. So
We
that's
should
it, guys.
definitely watch the pilot together, by
We
the
should,
way.
yeah, we will also react to the pilot, and
Yes.
we will try, and I don't know how that's going to work out, because we'll have to download it or something, but we'll ensure we do that, and we'll get around to putting our reaction up. Do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like both of us and like seeing both of us. The more you like and subscribe, the more views this video gets, the more I can probe Shruti to come and do these things with me. Otherwise, she's always busy and she
Slander.
always has
This is
things, and
slander.
she just cannot make time for me. So all she cares about is the fame part. So make us famous,
Oh,
and okay, we can cut that line. So
I'm gonna have you go back and edit this. Yes.
yeah, so we can do that, and that's more or less about it until Shruti wants to add anything. So yeah.
Nope, I'm just glad that you guys are watching this, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you didn't, let us know how we can improve or what we can just do
Right,
to make this
right.
experience better for
More
you.
experience, yes. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, guys.